Oh my God. Breaking. Okay, so we sort of done with Harry and Meghan type of topic. So this is a bit of politics, okay? Breaking. Former CIA officer Josephine Gillio said in Iran, 165 innocent little girls were killed by American Tomahawk missiles fired from destroyer. I can say this as a former officer, we are the terrorists. All right, 3 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm not going to go in the comments, okay?
And it was, without a doubt, a school if you looked at it through satellite imagery. It was, without a doubt, a school when you looked at it through the onboard camera of the Tomahawk missile. It was clear. Now let's talk about when the attack started on Iran. 10 a.m. At 10 a.m., Israel, along with the United States, began attacking Iran. By 10:20, the staff at Minab School began evacuating the children. Strike one. Hit the school. The kids moved to the prayer room. Strike two. Hit the prayer room.
Oh my God.
163 kids dead.
Oh my God.
Strike three. Hit nearby.
This is crazy.
Multiple sources, including intelligence reports, regional sources, and U.S. officials are required to confirm a target for the U.S. Navy and military operations to ensure accuracy and reduce errors. This is how it works. This is how it worked that day. NBC News reports USS Sprunitz, a guided missile destroyer, shot the Tomahawk. Commander Leigh R. Tate, Executive Officer Jeffrey E. York, commanded USS Sprunitz, who shot a Tomahawk and killed 165 little girls. After this was done, the same destroyer conducted a replenishment at sea with USNS Henry Kaiser back ready to fire. March 4th, March 10th, and March 18th, they replenished their firearms. They replenished their weapons. No pause for review, no pause for investigation, no calls for this command to appear in front of Congress and report to the American people why we just bombed a school knowing it was a school. Nothing. Silence. Lies. Excuses. Who are the terrorists? Who are the bad guys in this story? This is the story of our timeline. By our own definition of terrorism, and I can say this as a former counter-terrorist officer, we are the terrorists.
Wow.
We are the bad guys.
I wonder the people who voted for him, what do they feel now? He has absolutely nothing to lose, so he's... I'm not glorifying or anything, but my God, everything was there for everybody to vote the right way. I'm going to pause, and I need to wake up my kids. It's 6:10 right now. Nope, 6:07. All right. I absolutely love her. These are the white aunties we need out here educating the masses. I don't know who she is yet, but sending her flowers nonetheless. All right. 1 minute and 2 seconds. I'm not going to go in the comments, okay? So let's just listen to that.
It seems like there's a lack of diversity here today. That it's mostly people who look like you and I. And I just
It is not for black people, for people of color to get out on the street. They're at risk when they do that. If anybody's going to get arrested here, it's going to be a black person. It is not safe for them, and they don't need to participate. We need to walk in their name.
Gotcha. Okay.
I love her.
Wow. Okay. What do you think about voter ID? Do you think it's racist?
It's 100% a tactic to control the population and prevent people from voting, so that the only votes so that the gerrymandering can work, so that white voters can vote in white Christian males.
Have you been voting blue most of your life?
I voted blue in the womb.
Ah, wonderful.
Yeah.
If you had to vote for a Republican, J.D. Vance or Rubio, which one would you pick if you had to?
Yeah.
I would slit my throat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go to the next tweet. Okay, 1 more minute. Let's see how long is the next video. All right, how long is this? 2 minutes. Okay, definitely after this, I'll go wake up my kids. White Republicans, if you have to go back 200 years to prove your party is not racist today, you fail. Nick Cannon. Okay, I've seen a lot of people talking about Nick Cannon. I don't know what he said. Nick Cannon and Amber Rose sharing half-truth about the history of the Republican Party are either ignorant or they are being paid by the GOP to suppress the black vote. Okay, let me pause. I read it. When I come back, I'll just play the video. All right, I'm back. You might hear some noise in the background, so that's my kids getting ready for school. All right, let's listen. I read the caption already.
If you have to go back 200 years to find a period in history in which your party was not racist, and as of last week, people in your party in a group chat talking about dozens of ways in which they want to kill black people. You expect people to ignore what's happening today? Let me get this history straight. There was a period of our history in which the Republican Party was the freedom fighting party. When did that change, you might ask? Little mini history lesson. At the end of Reconstruction and the beginning of Jim Crow, where you did have a Democratic South that was in fact very racist, that had the one-party primaries and put in place those poll taxes, those literacy tests, and use violence to scare and intimidate and murder people for even having the gall to want to vote. That happened. That is for real. And then you had the 1964 Civil Rights Act and the 1965 Voting Rights Act. This is when we had the shift in party dynamics. This is when you had a Democratic Party now that pushed through that legislation, that got that legislation signed because of the hard work and effort of black people and the civil rights movement that pushed them to do it. We used our political organizing movement and strategy in order to push them to do it, and they did it. But once they did it, you had a mass exodus from the Democratic Party of a far-right racist element that then became Republicans. That became the end of Democratic rule of the South. And ironically, ever since then, you've not had a Democratic presidential candidate get the majority of the white vote since the 1964 Civil Rights Act. This is a fact. Every presidential election since then, the majority of the white population has voted against the Democratic Party. So you can miss me with that mess about the Republicans fought slavery. Well, don't you know that the Republicans been fighting me since 1963, 64, 65, all the way up till today?
Okay, I don't know what he said completely. Okay, I paused for a few to read some of these comments. It goes deeper, okay? I don't have enough time to go through all of that. I'm just going to let you guys see the videos only, okay? So
200
oops, it goes deeper than that, all right? So if you, there's one of the videos I did today. I think it, there's something regarding TPS for Haitian and things like that, and I said something you could could have been yesterday, could have been, you know what, forget it, I really don't have time. Let's move on. Next tweet. All right, what is this now? Holy hell broke out in Rockland County, New York, at the town hall meeting of Republican Mike Lawler after some veterans stood up and told him how they feel about him and Trump. So Lawler decided to make them all kick out, and that made it even worse for him. He finally had to leave. All right, let's see here.
Fuck you! Fuck you! This is what I serve my fucking country for! Freedom of speech, you piece of shit!
Feel free to leave. I'm a constituent. If you're going to act like that, then cross the street and please. You're interrupted repeatedly. Hey, we're just going to wait until you're done.
Answer the question. Freedom of speech, dude.
Freedom of speech. Let him stay.
Let him stay. Let him stay. Let him stay. Let him stay. Let him stay.
Just like all your constituents here.
For the audience who are not comfortable with being recorded, please refrain from recording.
This is not what I said. Dude, fuck you! This is fucking wrong. I can't believe you guys are participating in this shit. The young man had rights. This young man had rights. Fuck you, Lawler! Fuck you! I serve my country for pieces of shit like you! Go fuck yourself!
Let me see how did Rockland County voted. Because I think they typically vote for Republicans. Let's see here. 2024 election result under scrutiny as lawsuit advance. Let me ask ChatGPT, because I think they typically vote. Because I remember leading up to the election, there was something that was going upstate preventing who was going up. There were like protests blocking who was running. Okay, let's see here. Your question looks incomplete. How did Rockland County vote in 2024 presidential election? And 2024 presidential. All right, let's see. Okay, here's exactly how Rockland County, New York voted in 2024 presidential election with verified result and context. And 2024, okay, Donald Trump, okay, so they voted for Trump. All right, 55.39%. Kamala Harris, 43.68%. Others, 0.93%. So they voted for Trump. Majority of them voted for Trump. Which election was it? There was something that was going on upstate New York where there were cars that were blocking. Was it the 2020 election? Let me pause. I didn't see what I was looking for. I'm leaving that alone. So pretty much majority of them voted for Trump. All right, so let's go to the next tweet. So now they're seeing what they're voting for. The result of it. Next tweet.
I'd like to.
All right. So now we are into Cuba. Cuban Deputy Foreign Minister drops a massive truth bomb. She confirms Cuba fulfilled every single commitment in the historic peace agreement, but the U.S. government unilaterally dismantled it all. Washington simply cannot be trusted to honor any diplomatic deal. All right? I was saying this in one of the Hades video where you can't really trust the American. They need to diversify and make deal with other countries as well. All right, so let's listen in 54 seconds. They did that with Iran too.
I'd like to start by telling or taking you back 10 years when you played a vital role in the negotiations between the United States and Cuba to renew diplomatic ties after more than half a century of hostilities. But unfortunately, that rapprochement lasted a very, very short time. What do you think is going to happen this time round?
And at that time, it wasn't Cuba's choice. I mean, it finished not because we put an end to that rapprochement. I have to remind that we fulfill all our commitments. And unfortunately, it was the United States government, the one who decided to dismantle everything that together we built for about 2 years for the benefit of our two people. So we have all.
I'd like to start by
So
telling.
that's that. They're not setting the future of American in a positive way. They always go and backstab people they make deal with. I hope Haiti's paying attention. You already know they don't like you. Alright, so you can't give full trust. There's so much more. I'm just focusing on the videos, okay? Because I have to run. Next tweet, dealing with Cuba as well. The Chinese government donated 15,600 tons of rice have arrived in Cuba. Alright, 37 seconds. Come on. Alright, we cannot hear, is there? Okay, everything is music in the video. There was one of the tweets that I shared with you where when the place, what is it, when Cuba went, they had blackout. What is it, kids who were in the hospital who were using ventilators and whatever machine to keep them alive, they said they all die. God help us. Too many kids are dying too young. Okay? All countries in the world should do the same right now in the face of Trump inhumane action against these people. Cuba is the very definition of real solidarity. The health system of many countries will not be able to survive without Cuba's help for decades. That is true. What is it? A lot of countries, Cuba, Jamaica, and Haiti as well, and many third world countries go to Cuba to be taught certain things and help what China wants in return. I mean, I think due to communism, they have that bond. Let's see here. Let's see. China's 15,600 ton of rice made part of a 6,000 ton Jone approved aid package is framed as unconditional emergency help for Cuba's shortage and amid sanction. Their border ties include solar parks, port modernization like Santiago and BRI style investment, strategic cooperation for influence and trade access in the region, not a direct swap for this rice, but long-term mutual benefit. What angle are you seeing? All right, so there's that. All right, let's move on. There's so much more, but I need to finish. I have two more, one more after this one. All right, so this was cute. Vibration. This is a little girl who's just sitting around and the birds are coming toward her. There'll be screenshot in between. Alright, so that's it. Alright, there's a heart here. No more comments. My last one. These are kids from Africa doing gymnastic things. Alright, let's pause. This is unbelievable. Wow. 38 seconds. Screenshot in between. There's a music. I didn't talk at all, but I wanted to hear the music. The core strength on both of them, especially the older one who's holding the other kid. Wow. All right, so that's that. If they had training, they could participate in gymnastic Olympic. All right, so that is it. Let's do a prayer. Did I read this on my last prayer, my last video? So the prayer here is prayer for protection. Dear Father, you are like a wind that shelters my children, strong with protection, soft with grace. You are like a shield that encircles them each day. They run free, and you are with them as they adventure. You are like a crown placed upon their heads, a symbol of sonship, of belonging, and of their adoption into your family. Lord, I place them into your great care and declare that they are yours. Amen. All right, so that is it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. I need to stop. Thank you for watching.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.